No. I was upstairs all night with my. No, not even that. I promise you, I didn't do it.
I think you should take off mode.
Yeah.
The sunnies. We call her mode E.
All my friends are I'm mode.
Rachel, come on. Get that out of here. That's only for only certain people can see me in that hat. It's a special piece. Get out of here with that camera. Me in this hat. New profile pic? Yes. It's the new vibe.
Okay, for the Instagram. Instagram roast is wonderful. Girl, you're gonna be doing that in the place.
It was mortifying. It was mortifying. I was handed the hat, put it on my head, walked out on stage, was mortified.
You guys, when you get your
I was like,
Yeah, flag was for my mom.
no, that was she didn't know that was our vibe.
Well, also we need to take a beat.
yeah, we can take a beat.
Yeah, we don't. I also have
Let her
mine.
finish.
Yeah, you enrolled in the grass.
There were borders.
And I've got more time. It's like 13. I'm not in either, so I can.
I wonder how you actually wear out the shirt if you bring out like a model. Yeah, I'm just about to take a picture.
You know, like when you're talking to me.
Stand by, please.
Welcome everyone to our third virtual live stream play reading event here at Fourth Line Theatre and Trent University's 2001 Young Company here at Trail College. Tonight's reading is of Jordan Tannehill's Concord Floral and is directed by the amazing Patty Shaughnessy. I'd like to acknowledge our season sponsors, Nexicom, for their continued support of Fourth Line Theatre, and Exit Realty Liftlock as our major sponsor. I would also like to thank Michael Eamon and Trail College for being so accommodating and allowing us to work in their beautiful space. A big thank you to Hilary Ware for her workshop with the Young Company earlier this week. And finally, thank you to Jeff Bemrose for all of his amazing help with the live streaming sound portion. Be sure to follow our social media, e-blasts, and visit our website to register for our upcoming events. The Young Company will be presenting readings and performances each Friday evening at 7 p.m. until August 6th. And now on that note, I would like to turn it over to the Young Company. Enjoy the show.
Concord Floral by Jordan Tannehill. Prologue. Fog hovers over a bare stage. From out of the fog appears 10, Bobby James. She appears naked, but is too heavily cloaked in shadow and fog to tell for certain. Somewhere in the distance, a chorus of teens can be heard singing a medieval choral piece.
One. It was night. We were in a field.
Teens 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 walk down stage.
It was night. We were in a field.
Behind our houses is this big field, and on the other side,
You gotta walk through the field to get to the McDonald's.
The worst.
But when you're jonesing for a McFlurry,
You just gotta, because otherwise you gotta walk all the way around the highway.
It's fine if you cut through in a group.
it was dark.
Except you get covered in burrs.
we were supposed to be working on our group presentation.
For English.
My life is one big group presentation.
Everyone came over to my house.
But somebody thought it'd be a great idea to...
I brought the whiskey, you know, to get the juices flowing.
Yeah, really helped the brainstorming.
And then, when everyone was turned,
Roll a McFlurries, bitches.
Was I the only one who even read the book?
It's like this big.
Hello, Wikipedia.
just print some shit out and stick it on a Bristol board.
Or skit.
I'd rather get the plague.
Fuck that book.
Do you even know what the plague is?
Your body basically goes inside out.
The Decameron.
It's like 1,000 years old. Moving on.
A plague comes to Florence and a bunch of teens run away to an abandoned villa.
What's the villa again?
It's like a big house.
So they just chilled in this big abandoned house.
For 10 days.
It's just like us chilling in Concord Floral.
In the middle of the field, there's this big ass
Like giant.
abandoned greenhouse.
Full of broken glass.
Concord Floral is...
It's fucking...
Sketch balls.
Kids party in there all the time.
They got a death wish.
The three of us ran ahead.
Rosa and me walk slow, talking about a certain someone.
I don't even like him.
Autumn night.
I know you're thirsty for him.
Broken glass in the tall grass.
The sound of the highway.
Like a river.
He kept trying to make the same joke. Did you notice?
Yeah, that was the worst.
The others got far away.
Halfway through the field, I was like, screw McFlurries, let's smoke a joint.
I'm down.
Hey, wanna smoke a J?
Can't hear us.
Screw him.
Here?
In the greenhouse.
Seriously?
Are you scared?
Not if you aren't.
We headed on our way out towards the greenhouse.
It was late, like 10:30.
Quarter after.
Minimum.
Concord Floral has been abandoned since like forever.
Longer than we've been alive.
Not that long.
Yeah, for sure that long.
It's like huge.
1,000,000 square
Not
feet.
that big.
At least that big.
Full of rusted metal and
Cigarette butts.
and condoms, which is gross.
But less gross than no condoms, right?
Sex ed, people.
Parents don't even know about it.
Parents know.
Mine don't.
I stole some papers from my brother, but he didn't have any weed, so can you spot me?
Why'd you think I have any?
So you just thought I'd smoke you up?
Oh my god, this is so typical.
How is this typical?
Empty promises.
Why don't we just grab some grass and smoke them?
It won't be like at all the same.
Do you have a better idea?
So, Nearly and me started walking through the field with our hands out like this.
Walking with our fingers, brushing through the tips of the tall grass, and every once in a while...
Just closing like this around the grass, and the grass tore from the tips and came with us until our hands were full of grass.
When we got inside the greenhouse, I was like, so you brought the lighter. You brought the lighter. You always have a lighter.
It's true. I usually do. But like...
Water under the bridge.
Start looking around for a lighter. The broken glass.
Because, like, kids always leave tons lying around.
But it's, like, really fucking dark.
Thank God for the flashlight app.
Right?
Turning over piles of scrap metal.
And you gotta be careful, because, like, every 10 feet or so, there are these openings.
Like wells in the floor.
About this wide. That drop down, like, 2 stories into the basement. And you can just fall right down and break your neck. So, my eyes were to the ground, because I didn't want to trip in.
Plus, we were looking for lighters.
And I had this thought, like, that's what death is like. Just endlessly looking for a light in the darkness. And when I looked up, you were so far away from me, like half a football field away. And I could just see like a little speck of like light in the distance.
You were all the way in the caved in part where no one goes, where the rain comes through, and then I heard,
shit!
I looked up and I didn't see anything, just darkness. And I was like, yo, where are you?
I dropped my fucking phone into one of these wells.
Where are you?
I could see the light glowing down below.
And then I heard screaming, top of her lungs. I started running towards her, and I followed her screams into the darkness. And when I reached her, she was shaking and crying. And I looked down into the basement, and I saw the light from her phone. And then I saw it.
A body.
Of a girl.
Covered in grass and
mud.
Almost buried.
Rotting, but not fully.
Just covered in a pile of sticks and grass.
Like someone had to try to cover her, but ran out of time.
How do you know it's a girl?
Her red sweater.
It's a girl sweater.
The phone's literally
lying on top of her.
I recognize that sweater.
She's all twisted and...
Maybe she fell in and broke her neck?
Or was thrown in.
Who would throw her in?
Someone who didn't like her. It's a possibility.
Murder?
Murder is a possibility.
No. Okay, but first, let's just figure out.
First, let's get the fuck out of here.
Not without your iPhone. Like, that cost us $500. Your mom will kill you.
Do you see the body down there?
It's an iPhone.
There's a fucking body down there.
She's not gonna do anything to you.
I'll get another one.
Look, there's a ladder going down into the well.
No.
The girl's just too injured to climb out.
How could no one come looking for her?
I'm going down.
Are you insane?
It was an iPhone.
She climbed into the well.
There were flies everywhere.
On the body.
My face.
My face.
I grabbed for the phone.
But it slid down the sweater, into the pants.
Into the body.
Into the space between the sweater and the jeans.
I can't reach inside.
But you're so close.
I'm not reaching in.
Just one quick move.
I reached into her body.
She reached in.
I can feel it.
You have it?
I think.
What if it's her bones?
I let go.
I started
screaming
and climbing back up the ladder like
inside death.
Now I was screaming too.
Top of our lungs, running.
Full tilt. Through the greenhouse.
Through the field, through the McDonald's parking lot, and
we're still practically screaming when we walked into McDonald's and ordered our McFlurries.
Our friends already left, but we ordered anyways, and we just sat there in silence eating. Like, not even looking at each other.
She didn't even wash her hands.
I was still, like, totally stunned.
Traumatized.
Well,
for sure, traumatized.
And we knew what we should do. I mean...
We knew we should call the police.
Or tell the others.
That would have been
our
like...
parents.
That would have been like the...
rational?
Responsible thing to do.
But we were just too...
traumatized.
Plus, we would have had to admit to our parents where we've been and what we've been doing.
So it was just easier.
Way easier.
For us just to say... Nothing. So we finished our McFlurries and walked home.
Two, this is a play we created for you.
This is a play we created for you.
About something that happened not long ago.
In our neighborhood.
A neighborhood not unlike your own.
Or maybe one you know.
Personally, I'm better at public speaking than acting, so I'm the narrator. Let's pretend for a second that you are Toronto, and that this line of light is the 407 at night. Let's pretend that this stage is our suburb to the north.
And our neighborhood is right about here.
And if you zoomed into our neighborhood, like Google Maps, then this would be where my house is.
And mine.
And look, here's mine.
And this street.
And at the end of the cul-de-sac is my house, and...
Across the street
is mine. It's easy to get lost.
Look, on these streets,
this is me.
Standing on the face of the earth.
Here I am. Look.
My neighborhood.
In my neighborhood.
A lot of streets
We
sorta
play video games in our basements.
loop back on themselves.
We make videos of ourselves.
And ride bikes past dark.
Dancing in our bedrooms.
Alone.
I post poems on my Tumblr.
We steal garbage bags of donuts from the Tim Hortons dumpster.
And hit them with baseball bats in the park.
Boom!
Look,
There's a field.
of tall grass.
Behind our homes. Beyond our backyards.
Look,
Where we go to bury our secrets.
in that field.
To get lost in.
To hide in.
In that field.
Last summer, on my way to bed, I caught my mother holding her mega mug of tea in her bathrobe, just staring out the kitchen window, looking towards the field. And I was like, what are you looking at? She said, they really ought to tear it down. The old greenhouse. She pointed out a spot at the far end of the field, hidden in the brush. You can't really see it in the dark. She said it was a scourge. It's been abandoned forever. I told her nothing's forever.
All parents are a little stupid. They need to make themselves that way or they'll go insane, worrying about all the things they secretly know to be true.
Where do your children go at night?
You think they stay in their beds?
The entire night?
Even if their bodies are there, under the covers.
What about their souls?
Have you ever thought about their souls?
All the teenagers in the neighborhood say,
Good night.
but really, they're running.
Through the tall grasses.
Running.
Through that field.
To the hidden place.
Where the fire burns.
Inside.
That makes them like wolves.
All across the neighborhood.
Through the tall grasses.
Running.
Did we have parties?
Drugs?
Of course there were parties.
What do you think?
Nothing hard.
Can I just say,
Of course there were drugs.
Fucking?
not all of us.
Connect the dots.
Growing up, my mother would tell me to stay away from the greenhouse.
Of course there was some fooling around.
A scourge.
What's that?
Something ugly.
So,
Abandoned.
it was an aesthetic grievance?
My mom didn't care. She knew I went.
Not ours.
No way.
Home by 11.
Sharp.
My mom always picked me up.
She drove me too.
My parents,
They're just scared.
that we have a place to ourselves.
Where no one's making you buy shit or quiet down.
She was always worried about kids starting fires there for some reason. That was her big thing. Fires.
But we did start fires.
We did more than start fires.
It's true. They lit fires in Maine and broke beer bottles in Maine and left their condoms and secret butts and muddy footprints frozen in time.
Pink oceanas.
Bridal whites.
Crested moss.
Golden fantasies.
Himalayan musk.
I was once full of roses. Now they've overrun me,
Amongst the broken glass.
And fallen trellises.
grown wild.
Gardening gloves and shovels.
And hydroponic lights.
Drip line irrigation.
Ladders, thermometers.
Hoses.
Hard hats and rakes.
And the memory.
Of 1,000 teenagers' bodies.
I was built in 1951 by the Rosenbergs. Talk about a family destined to be in the flower business. Esther and David were Jewish florists living in Concord with their 2 daughters. They survived the war, but their daughters didn't. When they immigrated to Toronto, they reopened their flower shop, a bustling spot around Glencairn, before deciding to build me in the quiet town of Concord, just north of the highway. But over the years, I grew into the largest rose supplier in the GTA. Until 1983, when David died and Esther was moved into a nursing home. They never did find a buyer for me. I doubt Esther is still alive. She once said, "When a baby is born, we give the mother roses. When she graduates, when she marries, we give her roses. And when she dies, we place roses on her grave. Because a life without beauty is unbearable." I've seen a few decades of kids grow up inside me. First pets buried, first beers drunk, first kisses, virginities lost. I've heard parents say, "Kids take everything for granted these days. They're lazy, apathetic." But that hasn't been my experience. I know a lot of kids who've endured civil wars and famines. These kids are wise, aware, and they're searching for a little beauty in the world. Because life without beauty is unbearable.
The sound of a school bell.
3. Did you hear?
Did you hear?
There's a body in the greenhouse.
Rosamundi, nearly wild.
I don't believe them.
You don't?
Rose is such a faker.
Just because she said she met Robert Pattinson in grade 8.
She said she went to Robert Pattinson's cottage.
But that greenhouse is so big.
She said that her dad was the breeder who invented the Labradoodle.
Okay, so she can be full of shit sometimes.
And why is no one looking for this missing girl?
Maybe nobody cares.
How can a body just be rotting away like that a few blocks away from our houses? In our neighborhood.
I didn't even notice they weren't with us.
Yeah, right.
I swear.
I looked back and said, we should slow down, and you were like, Rolla McFlurry's wait for no one.
Yeah, but I didn't know they were in the greenhouse.
We were sitting in English and had like nothing prepared.
I can wing anything.
All I could think about is that phone lying inside that girl's body.
The teacher called our group up.
The phone inside her, like her soul.
We had to present.
I had it covered.
We knew he would.
The Decameron is a 14th century allegory by Giovanni Boccaccio. During the time of the Black Death, a group of 7 young women and 3 young men fled the plague-ridden Florence to an abandoned villa in the countryside. For 10 days, every member of the party told a story. The stories were about the power of fortune, the power of a human will. Love tales that end tragically, love tales that end happily, clever replies to save the speaker, tricks that women play on men, tricks that people play on each other in general, and examples of virtue. Painting of the Decameron depicted teens playing music to one another. And I started to wonder, what songs may have they played? I did a little research on ye old YouTube and found a 14th century dance song from northern Italy called Trotto. This is basically like club music for the Middle Ages. You can imagine the 10 teenagers drinking, dancing, flirting to the song.
Stop staring at me.
I can't help it.
Did you tell anyone?
No.
No one?
Just my sister.
Christ.
She's discreet.
I feel like everyone in the school knows. When the bell rang, I bolted.
She didn't even save me a spot in the calf.
The school bell rings. The cast arrange themselves as if in a cafeteria.
I guess you could say my parents are hippies. Not like fire spinners or naturopaths, but like they have master's degrees in sustainability from Trent. They made me read Milton and Whitman and didn't trust teachers to do as good a job with their kids. They said I have a very special mind that needed nurturing. So I was homeschooled. I hated it. Every second, I was so lonely. I would sneak away sometimes at lunch and watch the other kids eat in the cafeteria. Finally, my parents said, "All right, fine, we'll enroll you in grade 9, but you're going to be bored." And it's true. I was bored, but I loved it. Every minute. No one talked to me, but I loved watching them, sitting with them, pretending. No, not pretending. Really just being another kid eating in the cafeteria. I watched them laugh and shout at each other from across the room. I'd watch them eat. It's a loud cafeteria, so no one noticed me. I think eating is a very tender thing. When we were 8, some of us would stand around and guard while the others ate, because that's when we're most vulnerable. It's a time when we're most tender with each other.
After school, I headed home to watch TV.
After school,
She just cut.
I went to the mall.
Didn't even wait for me.
After school, I had to get a new phone.
You said we pick it out together.
We had a secret.
I went home and made a YouTube video of myself shaving.
People were staring at me all day. I went home and took a shower.
Fine. Fuck your phone.
Fuck you. Before my mom and my brother got home, I rinsed my whole body, shampooed my hair, and I laid down in the bathtub and slowly brought the shower head between my legs.
We promised we would stick together.
I closed my eyes.
I was freaked.
And brought the nozzle closer. Started thinking of my classmates.
I tried imagining the face of the girl.
Imagined each one of their faces.
In that hole.
The way they smile.
What her face would look like with skin.
The gaps between their teeth.
The color of her eyes.
Their smell.
The color of her hair.
Their haircuts.
Her sweater.
Sometimes I like to imagine what they're going to be like when they're all grown up, living in their houses with their husbands and their wives when they've let themselves go.
I felt like I was going to throw up all day.
Or how it would feel to be pregnant.
And then I got home and I did. I puked.
To have a life in you.
My mom was like, "You're not pregnant, are you?" I was like, "Oh my God, Mom, fuck off." And I went up to my room and slammed my door.
I was so deep into it that I totally lost track, and suddenly I heard my mom and my brother arguing outside the bathroom, and they burst in, and I was just lying back with the shower head in between my legs, and my mom said, "What on earth are you doing?" As if she didn't know what on earth I was doing.
And I was like, wow, did not need to see that, thank you very much.
I shouted at them to get out, but they just kept standing there. So I jumped up and let go of the shower head, and it began spraying water like everywhere. And my mom started yelling, and I pushed past them and ran down the stairs and out the back door, and I lay face down in the backyard, and I was just crying, and I tried to flatten myself, and I tried to disappear just like this. And I kept lying there naked until I heard my dad start the lawnmower. Started with the mower at the one end, and I knew he didn't know I was there. I lay there listening to the mower getting closer and closer to me, thinking, it's okay, Dad will see me in the grass. Closer and closer and closer until the sound of the mower's so close, I jumped up screaming, and Dad's right beside me, and he screamed all startled that he hadn't seen me. I looked him in the eye, and I knew he would have run over me. And cut my face right off. I would have had no face. A freak with no face.
I came out and handed her clothes.
Thanks.
Mom's pissed.
It was nothing.
She's soaked.
She deserved it.
You're sick.
Men like to make women feel that way.
You're my sister.
So?
I'm going inside.
Did you hear about the body?
What body?
2 girls found a body at Concord Floral last night.
What?
At least that's what they said.
What kind of body?
A human one?
Like...
A girl?
Where'd they find it?
I told you, at Concord.
But where?
How should I know? It's probably not even true. Well, if someone was to find a body around here, it'd probably be there. Wouldn't it?
Four, I'm learning to get better.
I'm learning to get better at a lot of things, knowing more about the world, capitals and countries, how to dress, how to take better selfies. I post a selfie and it gets like 35 likes in 10 minutes. Monday at 4 o'clock, that's prime time for likes. Then I take a few cock pics, post them on Craigslist. 19-year-old, 7-inch, brown hair, hazel eyes. Looking to hook up nearby, can't host. Healthy, looking for 18 to 30, but open to older if you're hot. No chubs, not too hairy, no creepers or pick collectors. Serious for tonight. Will bottom for the right guy. I get 24 replies in the first hour, mostly weirdos. A few guys living downtown, students, potheads, a Twinkie skater. Can't tell if he's real. The second I tell them I'm living in Vaughan, they're like, forget it, or just don't reply. I'm like, it's just an hour on the TTC. I'd ride an hour for a blowjob, wouldn't you? Maybe they get lots. Maybe it's just like a bowl of cereal if you live downtown. Then around midnight, I started back and forth with a guy from Vaughan. Are you really 19? Yeah, you. 35. want to get sucked off? Do you bottom? Maybe. Have you bottomed before? Not really. LOL, you don't know. I can't host. Neither can I. I can give you head in your car or a park. What about Concord Floral? You know it? Meet you there in an hour? And I'm like, okay, but bring condoms. And he's like, LOL, KK. He isn't 35. He's probably 45, maybe 50. I know him. He's the dad of a kid at my school, a year younger. I've seen him shoveling his driveway in his suit some mornings. He has gray in his temples. In the dark of the greenhouse, his cock is in the shadows, but I can tell it's huge. Veiny. I imagine him fucking his wife with it. I don't know if I should ask him to put a condom on. I don't want him to think I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'm not doing it right. Am I supposed to be sucking or just blowing? Why isn't it just called a suck job? And how should I be? Like crouched down or squatting or kneeling? It hurts to kneel on the broken glass. And then, all of a sudden, he comes. He just grunts, and I feel it in my mouth. I stand up and spit it out. I'm still, like, totally dressed. And as he's sipping his fly, I notice these two eyes in the corner of the greenhouse. A fox. I think it was watching us. The guy turns around and the fox darts into the field. Hope he doesn't tell anyone, he chuckles.
A fox enters.
It's true. I was watching them. People think animals don't understand what sex is. Maybe a cat doesn't, but dogs do. Foxes do. My issue is this is where we have sex. I have sex in the greenhouse. Humans, they have thousands of places to have sex. They build whole rooms for it. Why do they need more? Why do they need to take ours? Humans feel entitled to everything. They think theirs is the only story, the only romance.
When I get home, I have a shower and then jerk off twice before heading to bed. Sometimes I feel insatiable. It's difficult to explain. I saw him a week or so later raking leaves. I was waiting for the bus. He looked right at me, but didn't recognize me. Or if he did, he didn't let it on.
Five. Nelly spent like 6 hours on TikTok.
I spent like 6 hours on TikTok until my parents went to bed. When it was quiet, I crept downstairs to get a glass of water. I kept looking out the window, expecting something. The street was empty each time. Nothing. Just the sound of the neighbor's dog barking in the next yard.
That's my dog.
How come you never let him in?
He pees on the couch.
I was just about to crawl into bed when my phone buzzed.
Hey guys, here's my new number, XOX Rosa.
I added it to my contacts and put the phone down, and then it started to ring. It was her old number. It was a call from Rosa's old phone number. I didn't answer. I started to shake. I called Rosa's new number. Rosa, someone's got your phone.
What?
Your old phone? Someone just tried to call me.
Are you messing with me?
No, for real.
I canceled the contract.
How would they even,
climb down and pull it out of the bones?
Of her ribs?
No way.
She was completely hidden.
Well, we found her.
I'm fucking freaked out. Should I text back?
Yes?
And say what?
How did you get my friend's phone?
There.
Anything?
Not yet.
Anything?
Just wait.
I hate waiting.
Just... Oh my god.
What is it?
Oh my god, oh my god.
Tell me.
She dropped it in me? That's what it says.
Someone's fucking with us.
I don't know.
It's just Joey.
What should I do?
Or one of those guys.
But it doesn't make sense. How would they even get the phone? Rosa!
I'm thinking.
Stay on the phone with me. Please.
The light was on in her window. I watched it all night long from my room, across the backyard. She can't sleep. Maybe there really is a body in the greenhouse.
Are you still there?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Same thing I was doing 2 minutes ago.
Lying in bed?
No, I'm water skiing.
What color is your new phone?
I already told you it's black.
Right.
There's no selection at Grand Mall.
Can you hear the girl's dog barking?
On your phone?
So annoying.
Animal cruelty.
Totally. They should tie her up in the backyard and see how she likes it. God. That's a sick thought, isn't it? Does your mind ever do that sometimes? Go to a real sick place? I can't help myself. Punishing people like that. It's a real old-fashioned way of being, isn't it? Like that book from class. Everyone is dying of the plague because God is punishing them. The angel of death moving in over the town. It's just like a horror movie. You do something bad, like have sex in a hot tub with your best friend's boyfriend, you know? Well, you're gonna get the plague, you know? Or be drawn and quartered. Rosa? Are you still awake? I lie in bed, but I can't sleep. It feels like something in the air has shifted. Like something's about to happen. I hear the furnace in the basement turn on. The warm air moving through the house.
6's cell phone rings. She hesitates. She answers it.
Who are you?
You know,
No?
I'm Bobby.
How did you get her phone?
It's inside me.
What?
You want me to show you?
How?
I'm in your backyard.
What?
You can't see me, but I'm looking at your window.
How many fingers am I holding up?
None? Nearly?
Go away!
I need your help.
I'm tired.
Please.
You want me to call the police?
Tell them you got a call from a dead girl.
Why are you calling me?
Because you're the one who knows.
6 ends the call. She immediately dials 5.
Hey, sorry, I fell asleep.
She was in my backyard.
What?
Bobby?
Who's
The girl from the greenhouse?
the Bones?
She called me on my fucking cell.
I thought you said she was...
I asked her where she was, and she said she was standing in the backyard, but I couldn't see her. And I held my hand up to the window, and I asked her how many fingers I was holding up. But I wasn't. I was just holding up a fist. And she said none. She said no fingers, Rosa. No fingers.
Hey.
Hello?
Yeah?
Aren't you totally freaked out?
This joke was, like, not funny an hour ago.
Listen, I know it sounds crazy, but I was talking to her.
Okay.
You don't believe me.
I just don't think we should be making fun of this.
No, this is for real. I swear to you. Hey, you don't believe me? Come over. I'll prove it to you.
Right now?
Right now. I'll call her.
It's 3:30 in the morning.
Rosa, if you love me, you'll come over. I'm fucking losing my mind.
I don't know.
It's 2 blocks.
I'm not leaving my room.
Fine. I'll come over to your house.
And then
We'll call her.
Bobby.
And I'm going to give you the phone and you're going to talk to her.
Are you really coming over?
I'm already putting on my shoes.
6 is now in 5's bedroom.
Isn't this fucked up?
I don't know what to believe.
Believe this.
6 dials 5's old cell phone number. The phone goes to an automated message.
The number you have dialed is no longer in service. Please hang up and try your call again.
What the hell?
I think you should go. I'm really not having a fun time anymore.
Rosa,
Please.
what if we...
I want to sleep.
just try to
No.
find...
Six. John is a bird watcher.
I'm a bird watcher.
His favorite bird is the bobolink. He grew up taking long walks with his dad in my field, watching for the great blue herons and the yellow warblers with their binoculars. And on some mornings, if they woke up early enough, they would catch sight of the yellow-colored bobolink with its black and white feathers perched on top of me.
I'm not a NIMBY. Not in my backyard. I resent when people call me that. I'm just a kid who cares about birds. I don't know if you've heard, but they're tearing down the greenhouse in the near future. A developer has bought the land and they're planning on building a Cineplex, a full-throttle entertainment center with an arcade and a food court. But the field, the greenhouse, they're part of Dawn Watershed. It's all a protected habitat for migratory birds, scarlet tanagers, rose-breasted grosbeaks, and the bobolink. It's hard going door to door if you're not selling cookies. People open the door with a chain on and say, "No thanks, I just got my shutters painted." Or, "Do you really believe only 144,000 people go to heaven?" And people have no problem signing up for raffles or draws. But ask them to sign a petition? No way. All they want is free crap. Cars and vacations, or even just a bottle of vitamin water. They'll take whatever they can get. One woman, she said I was doing something good. because birds can't speak for themselves. And I said, birds are all talking all the time. We just aren't paying attention.
2 enters as a bobolink.
I was away, and then I came back. I was born in this field, but I left when I was very young. I flew back because this place is in my blood. We always come back to the place where we started from, in some way or another. My parents were born in this field, and so were their parents, and their parents before them. I don't really consider myself political, but I have to say, if they put a big Cineplex here, things are gonna change. In a big way. In a way that can't be undone. If this field goes, I don't know where I'll find a mate, a bird to settle down with and have kids. Well, we won't really settle down. We'll be flying a lot. But my kids, they won't know this place. Not like I did and my ancestors did. But everything changes. You can't avoid that. We find new homes, new ways of being. We haven't much time on Earth, relatively speaking. But life is infinitely beautiful because of, not in spite of, death. And you might think, oh, he's awfully young to think about death. Well, I can tell you, bobolinks do not live very long. Not long at all.
Seven. Rosa ignored Nellie all next morning like ice cold.
The teens arrange themselves in the cafeteria. The sounds of a bustling lunch hour.
I ignored nearly like all the next morning, like ice cold.
At lunch, Rosa sat with the other girls.
I don't know why she's messing with me.
I can't believe she went over to your house.
At 4 a.m.
6 picks up her cell.
Look, she's pretending to get a call.
How do you know she's pretending?
I didn't hear it ring, did you?
Maybe it was on vibrate.
She's totally faking it.
I'm not answering your fucking calls.
You just did.
Because I need to know I'm not crazy. My friend thinks I'm pranking her, or I'm losing my mind.
Are you?
Who are you?
Bobby.
I don't remember.
You don't want to.
I don't want to talk to
Then
you.
hang up.
You're nothing. You're not a thing.
Then you're talking to yourself.
Fuck off.
She's being cruel to you.
What?
Rosa.
I'm not talking with you about...
Ignoring your texts, sitting there, talking about you with those girls.
Shut up.
It takes almost nothing to be on top and then the bottom.
They could bleed from their eyes for all I care.
Would you?
What?
Care if they started bleeding from their eyes.
Well, they're not going to.
If you could make them.
I can't.
What if you could? What if I could? Would you want me to?
Make them bleed?
Yes.
You couldn't.
Who says?
I don't believe you.
You don't?
No! Don't! I'm not a bad person.
No?
No.
Do you believe I exist?
Leave me alone!
Not until you help me.
I don't believe in ghosts or voices or hauntings or whatever the hell you are, and I can't help you.
You see the girl sitting alone across the cafeteria?
Yeah?
In 10 seconds, she's going to collapse and have a seizure.
What? How do you know?
She will fall to the ground convulsing.
Will she die?
If someone catches her head, she won't. But if she hits her head against the concrete, she will. Not right away, but several hours later from internal bleeding in the brain.
But what if...
Go!
6 drops her phone and bursts across the stage as 4 collapses, and her head falls into 6's hands. The rest of the cafeteria freezes in suspended animation.
Are you afraid of death? Yes. Do you believe in heaven? No. Do you believe hell is other people? No. Are you spoiled? Yes. Are you bored? No. Are you wise beyond your years? Yes. Do you despair for the future? No. Do you cry alone sometimes? Yes. Often? No. Are you lying? Yes. Do you think boys are smarter than the girls? No. Are you often lonely? Yes. Do you wish you were more attractive? No. Do you wish you had a boyfriend? Yes. Do you wish you had a girlfriend? Yes. Do you wish you would masturbate less? No. Do you have an enemy? Yes. Do you wish ill on them? Yes. Do you have nightmares? Yes. Do you wish you were a different height? Yes. Race? Yes. Gender? No. Species? Yes. Dolphin? Yes. Monkey? Yes. Dog? Yes. Bulldozer? Yes. Submarine? No. Why not a submarine? I don't like water, the cool black rushing, but you said yes to dolphin. Yes, but they're more free than a submarine. How? They have willpower. And they know how to laugh. Never underestimate the power of a good laugh.
The cafeteria bursts back into life. The teens scream and jump up from their chairs in reaction to 4's seizure. General chaos ensues as 6 continues to hold 4's head.
Eight. Nothing's wrong with Nellie.
Teens 1, 2, 7, and 8 are shooting the shit in a basement.
Nothing's wrong with Nearly.
She fucking that girl.
Burst across the cab.
She charged her, yo.
Knocked her right off her chair.
Did you see how she was shaking?
The teachers had to take her away.
You hear about her showing up in Rosa's room at like 4 in the morning
Yeah.
and talking on her cell to nobody
All right.
I think she's lost it.
from finding that body.
You don't really believe that, do you?
Lights suddenly up on 6 speaking into her cell phone.
What do you want?
You did a good thing.
Everyone's posting shit about me, saying I'm crazy. Ever since you started... What do you want from me?
The truth.
About what?
What happened to me?
How is that my problem?
You felt it. In the stillness at night as you lie awake, the shadow you can feel creeping around you,
Right now?
you feel it.
A shadow.
The one that makes you run up the stairs when you turn off the lights in the basement.
It's you.
And your friends, the one there that night, they feel it too, growing darker, moving like a neighborhood, like a...
Plague.
The weight of their conscience, they know. The ones who were there,
That night?
my body in the hole.
But what can we do now? I mean, after all this time.
Go back
Back?
to the greenhouse
You want us to go back?
and come to terms
With-
what you did.
But Bobby, then you'll leave us alone. Bobby, then you gotta promise to leave me alone. I know things ended real bad for you, but I've got a life to live, okay? You want me to bring them all to the greenhouse? Bobby, don't leave me alone. Please. We'll go back. I'll go, okay? I'll go. I'll take them back, okay? Bobby.
Back to the basement.
Whatever, she's dead to me.
Was she even alive to you?
We were friends.
Facebook style.
I literally have no idea what it feels like to be dead.
When you're dead, there's nothing. You're just all alone.
Like Bessarion Station.
Yo, man, death is Bessarion Station.
I think my peak was 2012, grade 7.
If I wasn't so busy living my life, I'd probably be like,
Sometimes I have this vision of my life where I'm fat and naked and walking an alligator around on a leash in some strip club in the Nevada desert.
My mom is dying.
What?
your mom is dying?
Yeah.
From what?
C. difficile.
From what?
She got it in the hospital.
How?
Just surfaces in the hospital.
What kind of
There's
surfaces?
1,000 kind of surfaces.
Everything's a surface.
Your face is a surface.
The earth.
The earth's a surface.
But wait, she's like for real dying?
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
Like, how long she got?
there's still time.
Wait, what does she have?
It's from a spore.
Like,
Could have been floating.
mushroom?
No, microscopic.
Obviously.
She just accidentally ingested it.
Like in the food?
Any which way.
So this spore,
I have to give her my shit.
Nah. When she dies, she gives you her shit.
No, I mean I have to give her my actual shit.
what?
The doctors want me to take my shit and put it inside her.
Like
In her.
ass?
No, her
Stomach.
colon.
Gross.
For the bacteria.
Gross.
Shut up.
It's called a fecal transplant.
Exactly.
You know about these things?
Yeah, I know about these things.
The antibiotics she was taking, it killed like all the bacteria in her gut that normally would fight the C. difficile. So she needs my good bacteria to save her.
Wow.
Intense.
Yeah.
Hope you're working up a big turd.
I've been constipated for like 3 days.
Performance anxiety.
I should get Nearly to donate.
Why?
She seems pretty full of shit.
Honestly, after all this bullshit, Nearly's just like, whatever. She's dead to me.
Not dead dead.
Kinda.
Yo, insensitive much?
I'm just saying, next time I see her, I'm gonna be like,
6 suddenly appears in the basement. 7 notices her first.
And then I swear to God, I looked up and Neely was just standing there in the basement. We all jumped. And I was like, oh my God.
What the hell are you doing here?
I'm sorry,
How did you even...
the door's unlocked. I thought
You just walked in?
what the fuck, Nearly?
we always chill here.
This is my house.
I know.
I didn't invite you.
Do you guys feel it?
I'm not feeling you.
The plague.
What?
You might not feel it now, but you will. Like a shadow, passing over. Her name is Bobby. The girl from the greenhouse. Don't pretend you don't know. I know you all know. So there's no point in pretending. Grade 9. We need to deal with it. And if not for you, then for me, just... because she's not gonna let me be at peace until we set things right. So that's why... I know it's late and cold, but that's why we need to all go back to Concord Floral.
What?
Tonight, if possible. The sooner the better. It's already started. Can't you feel it? She's not gonna let any of us rest until we do. What do you say?
You're right.
What?
We should shove her up your mom's ass.
Nine. What the hell are you doing in my backyard?
What the hell are you doing in my backyard?
I'm glad you came down. I was running out of stones.
I thought you were gonna break my window.
I need to tell you.
I need to tell you, my parents will flip if you don't get out of here. It's like 11:30 on a school night.
Since when have you cared about 11:30 on a school night?
Have you lost it?
It's about Bobby.
Enough.
We know her.
Let it go.
She won't let me be. Not until we come to
Nearly.
terms with what happened. And none of us will sleep until we do.
Why? Because you'll keep throwing rocks at their window?
Because her in that hole.
Listen,
We need to go back to the greenhouse.
what happened to Bobby is
It's
not
all of our problems. It's going to plague us.
Well, you go set up a tent in the greenhouse, and if I break out in boils, I'll come and meet ya. Until then, leave me the fuck alone, okay?
4 watches from her bedroom window.
I watched her from my bedroom window. She wasn't sleeping. Neither was I. Everyone seemed restless. I thought, well, if I'm not sleeping, I might as well go for a walk. I walked through the field to the Grand Mall. It was deserted, except for a boy laying in the middle of the parking lot. Did you fall?
I can't sleep.
Neither can I. Aren't you worried about getting hit by a car?
At midnight?
I heard people deal drugs here at night.
Is that why you're here?
Is that why you're here?
I'm waiting.
For what?
Something's coming. Can't you feel it?
Yeah?
Like a shadow passing over the neighborhood.
It's stupid if you
What?
think about it. Grand Mall, it's just a strip of outlet stores. It's not a mall and there's nothing grand about it.
But that's the way things are around here. Things are named after things they're not. Like, I live on Pine Ridge Way, but there's no pines and there's no ridge. You're the girl from the calf who had the...
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
When I was in grade 5, my friend started shaking like really hard at his desk. He fell to the floor and people were screaming, and the teacher, man, he was so stupid. He didn't even know what to do. He just stood there making all these phone calls instead of, like, I don't know, helping him up. Eventually the paramedics came. They gave us like a 2-hour recess, so we were outside. My friend died. Our teacher described it to us the next day as a grand mal seizure. I remember I had this image of him and me running into stores with guns and seizing Grand Mall. We would have a list of demands, like no more naming stuff after things they're not. It made it seem better somehow. To think that while he was shaking on the floor, he was actually knocking over racks of jeans in Old Navy and toppling piles of shoes in Aldo. What does it feel like?
Sometimes I know it's coming all day. Shadow building in the distance all around me, just out of sight. A bit what it feels like now, all over the neighborhood.
10 faintly appears at the far end of the parking lot.
What's that?
Where?
At the far end of the parking lot. Is that a person?
It's watching us. Hey!
Don't.
What?
I'm scared.
Is somebody there? I think
What?
it's here. The thing you're waiting for.
I don't feel good about this.
Let's get out of here.
1 and 4 run off. A grid of bedrooms appear on stage. The cast each lie in their respective bedrooms.
Something was passing over the neighborhood, like an angel of death.
Flashes of light reveal 10 passing through the bedrooms of the neighborhood.
I run home full tilt from the parking lot, lungs burning up to my room 3 stairs at a time. The burn spreading, like my skin, just below the skin, a dark pink flesh burn. She's coming, lights off, under the covers, and I know she's there. I can see her face. In the darkness, she has my friend's face, the moment before he fell to the ground shaking. And a flash again, and she has my mother's face, who I know can't be saved. For all the love and the shit in the world, The face of all the people I love but can't help. I can't help you, you hear me? It's not my fault, Bobby James, so just leave me alone.
In a flash.
I
saw a girl.
We all had the same dream.
She was in my room.
Except not a dream, but
Really there.
A fire.
A campfire.
Broken glass.
bodies in the night,
Look,
If I closed my eyes, it was like
burned into my retinas.
I was there.
the greenhouse,
A party.
a party I had been to.
There was someone in my room.
Something.
Watching me.
from the darkness.
I just sat up in bed.
Straight up.
Like I was waiting for it to come back.
My skin.
The whole time I was thinking about
Tingling. Her skin.
those images.
Why was I thinking about that party?
In that flash.
A faint light appears on 10 in the bedroom of 8.
Please. It's you, isn't it? I've heard the rumors. The plague. I don't remember anything, okay? Nothing. Leave me alone. Please stop looking at me. Please. Please stop. Okay. I have the only memory. A bird flew into the cafeteria once. A sparrow. It went berserk. Everyone was screaming and laughing, hiding under the tables, throwing balled up wrappers at it. It kept slamming itself into the big windows over and over again.
It was not a sparrow. It was in fact a bobolink. It was in fact me, trapped in the cafeteria, slamming my body against the glass. I knew it wasn't the way out, but I couldn't find the way out. And I thought, if I keep slamming myself against this glass, maybe they'll understand what I want, that I need help, that I want out. Out, please. Pick me up.
It kept bashing itself against the glass.
Pick me up in your hands.
Over and over, like it was trying to say.
Hold me.
By repeatedly.
My beating heart.
Slamming into the glass.
And carry me out.
Over and over.
I will break myself against the glass until I lie still. And then I ask you, please, pick me up in your hands and carry me out.
3 begins to repeatedly run against the wall of the other teens.
Pick me up in your hands.
Over and over.
Bam!
The glass.
And carry me out.
Pick me up in your hands.
Over and over.
Bam! The glass.
And carry me out.
My beating heart.
And carry me out.
Over and over.
I will hurt myself until you pick me up and carry me out. I'm sorry. What happened? That night. I know it was. We're all to blame. We said, we did nothing.
4 o'clock in the morning. My skin crawling, my eyes were all running. I could hear the buzzer on the kitchen stove going off. Even though I know it's not. I can hear the TV on. Even though I know it's not. The smoke detector? No. The house is silent, empty. I need to go to sleep. I need to turn off the light. I know. But I know the second I do, it will return. That's something lurking just out of the corner of my eye. Is there someone there? I can feel you. I know you. What do you want? I know you're there, Bobby. You've been waiting. Waiting? Since the party. I barely remember grade 9. I was in your class. I don't remember you at all. I was there a month. I don't. Some kids had driven their cars into the field, had their headlights on, blasting rap.
As she speaks, the field party begins around them. Music, dancing, shadows.
I just wandered the crowd. Tried to dance a little. Yeah, the bonfire, a black SUV, whiskey shots, headlights and stolen street signs, night danger, bodies in the dark, shadows, a boy's stubble, pine needles in my hair and sap on my hands. I wore a red sweater. 2 girls came up to me. They asked me to go with them. Were they your friends? I thought maybe they would be. Who were they? You know them. In my school? Yes. Tell me. You already know. Don't go with them. They're not your friends. My dad always said I was just a bad seed. Maybe I am a bad seed. I once threw a brick through a bay window. My own bay window. I didn't think to ask the neighbors for a key. And my parents were away, and I locked myself out. Sometimes you just don't think. You just throw the brick. It was just like with the sweater. We didn't think. It was an impulse.
Grade 9.
Grade 9.
First week of school. I found this red sweater.
You have to understand, this sweater was...
I'm not a materialistic person.
Perfection.
Honest.
I was there when she bought it.
But sometimes
40% off.
You find that one that just fits like so perfect.
Or
the
a
right
s-
color, the right,
Or a style that is you that no one else is wearing.
and it feels like just so amazing. So I was really excited about this.
We went back to your place,
Made some nachos, put on some music,
and took photos.
just 4 or 5.
Really goofing around, like.
And then we posted them, and I hashtagged new sweater, and everyone's liking it.
Everyone.
So everyone knows I've got it, and everyone knows that I'm going to be wearing it to the school the next day.
You were putting it out there.
So next day,
we're in the caf and
Cafeteria. 5 and 6 notice 10. She is wearing the same red sweater as 6.
What the fuck?
What? Oh. Whatever. Really? What the fuck? Is it really the same one?
It's the exact same one.
What should I do? I don't have anything underneath. I can't take it off.
Since when did she show it back?
Oh my god, this is mortifying.
It's not the end of the world.
We're wearing the exact same fucking sweater.
It's not so bad.
Actually, I kind of want to die.
It's not so bad.
I mean, I didn't really care.
We were kind of
pretending to care.
It was mostly just like something to get excited about, kind of a game.
I mean, I was totally embarrassed, but I didn't.
It wasn't the end of the world.
Okay, fine. I was a bit pissed off, but it wasn't
anything like
that serious.
I mean, looking back, it was totally inconsequential.
It was your idea.
You dared me to do it.
5 and 6 pull their chairs over to 10.
Hey, Billy! Oh, hi, it's Bobby, actually.
Nice sweater.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
No, that's okay.
40% off.
We just wanted to say we think you have a really nice style.
Seriously.
Like, before we were like, who is she again?
Yeah. And then this morning I was like, oh my god, she has your sweater. Oh, well, I wouldn't have bought it if I knew, like, you had it already.
No, honestly, it's totally cool.
Cool, thanks. Are you reaching the party tonight? Yeah, I heard about it.
You should come.
I don't know.
What?
I'm not sure it's my thing. You drank?
Whatever, the 3 of us will hang out.
Yeah? For sure. It's at the greenhouse, right? Yeah, 10 o'clock.
Please?
Well,
we can both wear our sweaters.
Sweater sister. Okay.
Okay, great.
Sweet.
We are plunged into the chaos of the field party. Music blasts full volume, shouting. iPhone flashlights streak across the stage.
That night, the field,
The boys.
Wolf howl.
cat call,
The fire.
headlights,
Fist bump.
red cups,
Roman candle.
Firefight.
White night.
2 4s,
Grade 9.
First kiss.
fist fight,
Bad fuck.
Puking guts.
Moldy couch.
There was an old couch
I remember I passed out
near the greenhouse.
on this shitty couch.
The old couch sees all. She knows all. Old couch, great oracle.
7 emerges from the chorus as the couch.
I used to live in a basement in one of the nearby homes. I spent about 8 or 9 years down there until 2 boys dragged me into the field. They spent a night drinking beers on me, and then they left me. Other kids would come and lay on me, smoke or fight or fuck on top of me. When it rained, I got bloated. Felt like I was rotting from the inside. Some sort of rodent made a nest inside me. A raccoon, maybe? It felt big, like a raccoon. I've seen a lot of parties. I was there the night those girls forced that other girl to walk home naked. Everyone was drunk, but they knew it was happening, and I knew there was no way they would forget, as hard as they tried. And they did, pretended like nothing had happened, like it was all cool, but they knew they had crossed a line, and they were trying to erase that line, with more jokes and more beers. People don't take couches very seriously, but I have seen a lot, and I remember everything.
Music blasts. Bodies can be faintly made out moving in the darkness. A few flashes of light from people's iPhones. The sounds of laughter, people shouting each other's names. From the darkness and chaos, lights rise faintly on 5 and 6 as they spot 10 at the party. They descend upon her.
Oh my god, you came! I can't believe you came!
And you're wearing the sweater.
Yeah, well, I said I would.
Fucking great!
You're so funny.
Yeah, we like you.
Yeah?
A lot.
Good sense of style. Good sense of humor, just good senses.
Common sense.
I brought some wine. Want some?
Cool, thanks.
You drink?
Whatever.
Fucking whatever's right.
Doesn't this party suck or what?
It's pretty cool. Everyone's just like, I don't know.
Want to smoke a J in the greenhouse?
Yeah, let's hit the greenhouse.
I don't know.
Are you scared?
I got a flashlight on my phone. I like the vibe out here.
She likes the vibe.
Come on, it's just like for 5 minutes.
Sweater Sisters, exploration team.
Exploration team?
Okay, but turn on your flashlight.
They enter the greenhouse.
Have you been in here before?
Once or twice.
You're lying.
Is it safe?
Are you like the building inspector?
Heard a kid got tetanus here once.
What's that?
It's when you step on a nail and you turn into a wolf.
You come here lots?
Oh yeah.
When we want to let loose.
You smoke pot?
Sometimes.
Pot's nothing.
You do like harder stuff?
We've got this thing.
Should we tell her?
I don't know.
What?
Way better than pot.
But only with our closest friends.
What is it?
I don't know if she's ready.
You have to promise not to tell anyone.
I promise.
We take all our clothes off.
And we run through the greenhouse.
Naked?
Totally.
Naked.
Like totally?
Free.
Isn't it dangerous?
Oh my god.
You
What is
could've
with
said
you
danger,
and the...
please?
I don't want to step on a bunch of broken glass.
You just gotta watch where you're going.
But first, you have to close your eyes.
But
That's how you do it. You close your eyes.
Just relax.
I don't know.
What?
Do you want to try it or not?
I thought we were going to smoke a joint.
I told you she's bailing.
Lame.
No, I'm down.
You sure?
Yeah.
Then close your eyes.
5 closes their eyes, then 6, then 10.
Keep them closed.
It's ruined if you open them.
Totally. Promise?
Promise.
Okay.
5 and 6 open their eyes and suppress giggles.
First, we're all gonna pull our shoes off.
Easy.
And now our socks. Okay. Next, we're gonna take any jewelry we have off.
Even rings?
Everything.
What's next?
Now, we're gonna take our shirts off. At the same time. No opening your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Now, we're going to take our pants off.
I knew something bad would happen, but I didn't open my eyes. I listened to the wind rattling, the panes of glass above me, teeth shattering. I needed to believe
No peeking!
that maybe they really would show me something special at the end, if I just did what they said until the end.
1, 2, 3.
5 and 6 grab 10's clothes and run away, full tilt on 3. 10 is left standing alone in her underwear.
I didn't need to open my eyes. I knew they'd run away, taking my shoes so I couldn't chase them.
And we're laughing and running.
And then
We weren't laughing. We're just
running
Then we'd ever gone
into the darkness.
where the roof had collapsed.
Her red sweater,
A bundle.
her smell.
Her body.
We just let it drop,
As we ran,
not even looking at where it fell.
I remember thinking, the moment before I opened my eyes, you're not here. This isn't really happening to you. Erase yourself. No one can see you. Erase yourself. Erase yourself. Erase, 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 erase. If no one can see you, then you're not really naked. You're not really alone. They're not really cruel. And when I opened my eyes, I was gone. I wasn't there. I walked slowly over the broken glass, and the broken glass couldn't cut my feet because I didn't have feet. And I didn't bleed as I walked down the sidewalk, and I wasn't crying as I stumbled out into the field past all my classmates by the fire and the couch and the cars. Music playing, but no one dancing. Just everyone watching, staring. Quiet at first, and then someone started laughing.
It was me. I started laughing.
Then me.
Me too. I didn't.
I was shivering,
speechless.
my feet cut, bleeding.
I didn't say anything. I didn't do
Anything.
Because it was almost like we couldn't believe it could ever get that bad.
And none of us wanted to ever feel that.
And if we said something,
Maybe that would be us.
I walked naked all the way through the field. An airplane passed over like thunder. I raced. Barefoot down the long, twisting street, I raced. The cold asphalt,
Passing slowly under the pools of light from the lampposts, I raced each step until I arrived at my front door, and I was already gone. And when I transferred schools, no one even noticed. Because I wasn't. I never was.
Eight speaks as fox.
I'm nocturnal, so it's very annoying when there are parties in the greenhouse, because it means I have to spend the entire night hiding in my den, wasting precious hours. I remember that was a particularly bad summer, too. There was lots of late nights. One morning, when the noise had died away, and the sky was just beginning to brighten, I crept out of my den to look for food, and I came across a pile of clothes, a red sweater, and a pair of jeans. I feel sorry for humans, that they don't have fur to keep them warm. They do what they can, but they seem so vulnerable and underprepared. I sniffed the clothes and thought, winter's just around the corner. I could use something cozy for my den. So I carried them down into the well, into the basement of the greenhouse, laid them amidst the sticks and earth, and had my pups on them next spring.
The bundle. It really did look like
A dead body.
lying there like a death
A terrible secret.
that someone was trying to forget. The night the shadow passed over,
I sat up in bed.
I ran down my stairs and out the door.
Like a waking dream.
I knew where I had to go.
My skin crawling.
In a flash,
My blood.
I ran down the street, my heart pounding. I was awake. I'd never felt more awake.
We were running.
We were all
Running.
From the plague.
Through the streets,
jumping fences,
Towards the field.
sleepless,
Running.
until all of us.
together.
Back where it all started.
In the darkness, the teen chorus reprised a medieval choral piece from the prologue. Lights up slowly on 10. She appears naked and cloaked in shadow. She was at the very beginning of the play. Slowly, the teens emerge out of the surrounding shadows. They witness her. Among them are 6 and 5. They step forward and lift 10's clothes out of the well. 5's iPhone tumbles out of the pile of clothes. As they sing, 10 takes her clothes back from 6, and she dresses in front of them. She stands before them, fully clothed. Blackout. Epilogue.
I'm slated to be turned down next month, so naturally, that's put me in a reflective mode. I realized that although this play is named after me, I was basically an impartial bystander. Still, I have a few opinions. I once heard someone say, 10% of any population is cruel, no matter what, and 10% is merciful, no matter what, and the remaining 80% can be moved in either direction. Well, I have a lot of hope for the future. I think by and large, people want to be moved towards mercy, and I think they will. And I think we're moving towards mercy.
Blackout. End of play.
My name is Simon Mazziotti, and I play 1.
My name is Lorini Sequina, and I play 9.
Hi, I'm Nora Appleby, and I play 8.
My name is Zachary Chagaze and I play 2.
My name is Madison Short, and I played 4.
My name is Alex Bemrose, and I play 3.
My name is Aisha Faslamed, and I play 7.
My name is Kate Bemrose, and I played 6.
My name is Maud Craig, and I played 5.
My name is Emma Kamovich, and I played 10.